What is up, guys? We are facing Sandman on Expert Mode with Peter Parker Spider-Man. So for the main scheme setup, we put the City Streets environment into play, and this will start off with 4 sand counters. Let's flip this over to the main scheme here. This will have 2 threats to start off with, +1 every single turn. And the force response after an acceleration token is placed here, do 3 indirect damage to the first player. Next, let's shuffle up the encounter deck here. And then Sandman has a 1 review ability, which is to resolve the Surging Sands ability on City Streets. So the Surging Sands is place 1 sand counter on here, and then discard cards from the encounter deck equal to the amount of sand counters. So it's 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. And then let's shuffle up the player deck here. And then draw up to our hand size of 6. All right, and let's see what we get. Okay, let's definitely keep Nick Fury and the strength to pay for him. And let's mulligan discard these 4 cards and then draw 4 more. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, let's see here. I think let's use this as 4 resources so we can play Nick Fury. When Nick Fury enters play, choose one. We're gonna pick the one to draw 3 cards. So 1, 2, 3. And I think we wanna get Mansion down. So let's use Peter Parker's Scientist to generate a mental resource. This would be 4 more for a total, or 3 more, for a total of 4. So we can play Avengers Mansion. Then we can exhaust it to draw 1 card. And then next, should we get Ironheart down? Yeah, let's use this as 2 resources to play Ironheart. When she enters play from her hand, we can draw 1 card. We got a backflip, which is great. Okay, so let's flip over here to Spider-Man. Let's use this hero action. Exhaust a character you control to remove sand counters from here equal to that character's attack. Limit once per round per player. So let's exhaust Nick Fury. He has 2 attack to get 2 sand counters off of here. Okay. Next, Spider-Man and Ironheart will both thwart for a total of 1, 2 to clear off the main scheme here. And Ironheart will take a consequential damage. Without end our turn, let's ready back up. Let's keep the backflip in our hand and draw back up to our hand size of 5. Okay, so it is Sandman's turn. He will add 1 threat to the main scheme. He's going to attack us. Spiral Sense activates. When a villain initiates an attack against you, draw 1 card. Drawing a card here. Sandman has a Force Interrupt. Whenever he attacks you, that attack will do indirect damage. So we can choose how we want to displace it. If your identity takes any amount of damage from that attack, then we have to resolve Surging Sands here. So let's take the attack. He's same with a base of 3 plus a boost card here of 3 more. So it's gonna be 6 damage. Let's put all 6 on Spider-Man here. And then we will use backflip. When you would take any amount of damage from an attack, prevent all the damage so we can jump out of the way. And then we'll get 1 face down encounter card. And since we prevent all the damage, we don't resolve the Surging Sands here because we didn't take any damage. And the encounter card is an assault. The villain attacks you. So Sandman's going to attack us again. Let's have Spiral Sense activate so we can draw a card. And let's just risk it. So let's let's defend. So same with the base of 3, we're blocking for 3. The boost card here is going to be 3. So since it's indirect damage, we can put 3 on Spider-Man and 3 on Nick Fury. So Nick Fury is defeated here. And we're blocking for the 3 damage, so we don't take any damage, so we don't resolve the City Streets Surging Sands ability. Okay, and it's back to our turn. Okay, let's see here. Let's use this as a double resource when paying for a yellow card, so we can play Under Surveillance and attach this to the main scheme. This will increase the target threat value of the main scheme by 4. So instead of us losing at 9, we'll lose at 13 now. Let's exhaust Avengers Mansion so we can draw a card. And then let's use this. Actually, I want to play the One Way or Another. Okay, so let's play One Way or Another. Search the encounter deck for a side scheme and review that side scheme. So what are we looking for here? So this will have a total of 5 threat. And then Coast can get rid of 2. Ironheart can get rid of 1. That might not be good. This has 5 threat as well. The Dirt Shot might be easiest one. Okay, it's okay. Let's take 2 encounter cards. So let's play. So we are revealing Tidal Sands here. When reviewed, place X additional threat here, where X is equal to the amount of sand counters on city streets. So it's gonna have +3 for a total of 5 threat. Then we can resolve one way or another and draw 3 cards. Hopefully get in some threat removal. Oh, we got Pavitri here, but I don't think we have any other web warrior cards. Yeah, we don't. Okay, that's okay. So let's use this as 3 resource when paying for a yellow card because the power of justice can count as a double. So we can play Agent Coulson here. After Coulson enters play, search your deck and discard pile for a preparation card and add to your hand. So we're looking for Spycraft. Let me put it in our hand here. Let's see. A total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We can get rid of the hazard icon. I think that's what we want to do. So let's go ahead and use this as, are we flipping this turn? We could get a backflip, but we're also getting Moongirl soon. So I think we do want to flip this turn. So let's use this as 3 resources so we can play Pavitri. When he enters play, remove 1 threat from a scheme for each web warrior card you control, including himself. He's our only web warrior, so 1 threat goes off of Tidal Sands here. Coulson is thwarting for 2. He will take consequential damage. Ironheart thwarts for 1. She will take consequential damage and is defeated. And then Pavitri will thwart for 1. And he will take a consequential damage as well. So we can defeat Tidal Sands here, so we don't take 2 encounter cards this turn. Let's flip over to Peter Parker. Use Scientist to generate a mental resource so we can play Spycraft here. Play only if you control a spy character. We have one in Agent Coulson. When you review an encounter card, discard Spycraft, cancel effects of that card, and then review another card from the encounter deck. So we can cancel in advance or something if we're about to threat out. So that'll end our turn. Let's ready back up. Should be getting Moongirl soon. Hopefully it's now. Drawing back up to our hand size of 6. Okay, but we can still Black Cat her and Avengers Mansion. Okay, so it is Sandman's turn. 1 threat to the main scheme. He's going to scheme with the base of 1 plus a boost card here of 2 for a total of 3. So this goes up to 6. Or up to 5, I mean. And we get 1 face down encounter card, which is Loose Ends. When reviewed, search the encounter deck, discard out and set aside area for your obligation. So it's still in the encounter deck. Okay, and then we reveal it. So during that review, if you change the Alter Ego form, discard 1 card around from your hand. We are not going to change because we are already in Alter Ego. So we review the eviction notice here. We can exhaust Peter Parker to remove eviction notice from the game. Okay. And then it is back to our turn. Let's see, let's exhaust Avengers Mansion so we can draw a card. And then, let's get Black Cat down. So let's use this as 2 resources so we can play Black Cat. When she enters play we can discard the top 2 cards of her deck and add each mental resource as cards to her hand, so we just get the enhanced Spire Sense here. Okay, I know we're drawing Moongirl next, so I don't think we're going to flip over. But I do want to get the city streets down. Let's see, let's check our discard pile for a backflip, because we may be getting our last backflip as well. Yes, we are. Okay, so that's okay actually, because we will be drawing the backflip as well. So let's go ahead. We want to just get the Peacock down, I believe. Let's see, and then we can flip over. Yeah, let's use this as 3 resources so we can play Peacock here. And then let's go ahead and flip over to Spider-Man. And then Coulson will thwart for 2 from the main scheme. He will take a consequential damage. Let's exhaust Peacock to move 1 threat from the main scheme over to the Peacock. So main scheme now has 2. Peacock has 1. And then, let's see here. Let's use this hero action. Exhaust the character you control. Let's exhaust Pavitri to remove 1 threat from here. Or 1 surging sand counter, I mean. So this goes down to 2. And then Black Cat will just swing and hit Sandman for 1 to bring from 18 down to 17, our first damage in this game. And Black Cat does not take consequential damage for attacks. That'll end our turn. Let's ready back up. And we're going to keep this to pay for Moongirl here. Draw back up to our hand size of 5. We should be getting the backflip as well. Alright. And we'll deck out soon. Okay, so it is Sandman's turn. 1 threat to the main scheme. He's going to attack us. Spire Sense activates, so we draw a card. We decked out, so we get a face down encounter card here. And then let's shuffle up the discard pile. Back to the deck. Okay, so he is hitting us with the base of 3 plus his boost. And it's indirect damage. So the boost effect is to review this card. So he's just gonna do 3 damage to us. We could displace it. Yeah, actually let's displace it. So since it's indirect damage, we're gonna put 2 on Black Cat, so she is defeated, and place 1 on Pavitri. Okay, and then, this effect real quick. When you would do any amount of damage to Salmon, discard Sand Form instead and resolve Surging Sands. Okay, so he will deal us 1 face on a counter card now. 2 encounter cards, and the first one is Exhaustion, Surge, and Exhaust your identity. Next encounter card, Sand Clone. He has X attack equal to the amount of counters on here, so he has 2 attack. Last encounter card, another Sand Clone. Okay, so if we can remove the Sand counters, then they'll have no attack. But the only way to remove it is to flip over and exhaust a 2 attack character like Moon Girl, which we do want to do. Okay, let's use Avengers Mansion first so we can draw a card. We got both backflips here. Okay, we do want to save it against Sandman. Okay, let's see. Okay, let's flip over to Peter Parker. Use Scientist to generate a mental resource. This would be 2 more for a total of 3, so we can play Moon Girl. Play here only if you have the champion or genius trait. We are genius as Peter Parker. After you play Moon Girl from your hand, draw 1 card for each mental resource used to pay for. So we're drawing 3 cards here. When I just realized this is a hero action, so we can't do it in Arc Eagle form right now. Okay, I think the play is to just get a beat cop down and then keep our hand basically the same and get Nick Fury out next turn. So let's use this as 3 resources so we can get a second beat cop down. And then let's exhaust both beat cop to get 2 threat off of here. Okay, and then I think we want to keep almost everyone else here. So let's have Moon Girl and Coulson swing for a total of 1, 2, 3 to defeat this Sand Clone right here. And then when defeated, resolve the Surging Sands ability on City Streets. So we place 1 sand counter and then mill 3 cards because there's 3 sand counters. So 1, 2, 3. Okay. And then Moon Girl will take 2 consequential damage. Coulson takes 1 and Coulson is defeated. Okay, I think that will end our turn here. It's unfortunate we have the backflips here. That's okay. So let's end it. That'll end our turn. Let's ready everyone back up and draw back up to your hand size of 6. So just 2 more cards here. Okay. So it is Sandman's turn. 1 threat to the main scheme. He's going to scheme with the base of 1 plus a boost card here of 0. This guy schemes for 1, so we're scheming for a total of 2. This goes from 2 up to 4. And then we get 1 face down encounter card, which is Dirt Trap. When defeated, resolve the Surging Sands ability on City Streets and resolve it again with 1 threat and a crisis icon. Okay, so it's back to our turn. Let's use the Avengers Mansion so we can draw a card. We have to get the City Streets down here. Let's use Scientist to generate a mental resource. This would be 3 more for a total of 4, so we can play Nick Fury. When Nick Fury enters play, choose one. We're gonna pick the one and draw 3. So 1, 2, 3. Okay. Let's flip over to Spider-Man here. Let's use this as a resource so we can play the War of the Great Web. Attached to a character with Spider inside, let's get the Spider-Man. We now gain the Web Warrior trait, and when a Web Warrior ally leaves play, we get +1 attack until the end of phase. So we want to use City Streets ability. So exhaust a character you control and remove sand counters from here equal to that character's attack. Let's exhaust Moon Girl so we can remove 2 sand counters from here. Because Moon Girl has 2 attack. Okay, next, I do want to get, okay, yeah, let's have Pavitri thwart for 1 from Dirt Trap here. This will clear this off. But when this is defeated, resolve the Surging Sands ability on City Streets and resolve it again. So we place 1 sand counter on here, mill 2 cards because there's 2 sand counters, and we place another sand counter again, resolving it again, and then mill 3 cards. 1, 2, 3. Alright, and then Pavitri will take a consequential damage and he gets discarded. With the effect of the War of the Great Web, when a Web Warrior ally leaves play, we get +1 attack until the end of the phase. So let's swing for 3 to defeat the Sand Clone right here. Okay, and then let's use this as 2 resources so we can play SPDR down. And then she will swing and hit Sandman for 1. When you would do any amount of damage to Sandman, discard the Sand form instead and then resolve Surging Sands. So we place a sand counter and then mill 4 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so he is about to deck out. Okay, and then SPDR takes a consequential damage. Nick Fury will swing for 2 at Sandman to bring it from 17 down to 15, and then Nick will take a consequential damage. Then let's exhaust both beat cops to get 2 threat off of the main scheme to bring it from 4 down to 2. Each beat cop will have 1 more threat on it. Okay, that will end our turn. Let's ready back up now. And then keeping the backflip still, drawing back up to our hand size of 5. And backflips are just a safety precaution to prevent the surging sands from activating. Okay, so it is Sandman's turn. 1 threat to the main scheme. He attacks us. Spiral Stance activates, so we draw a card. Let's take the attack, hitting with a base of 3, plus a boost card here of 0. But there's a 1 review effect. Place 2 sand counters on city streets, and then resolve its surging stance ability. If at least 1 Sandman card was, let me see. Can we cancel? Oh, we can't. Okay, we could Spycraft it, but I don't think we want to. So we're going to place 2 sand counters on city streets. So this will go up to 3. And then resolve its surging sands, so 1 more. And then discard, how many cards is that? 7 cards. So he will deck out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if any Sandman cards were discarded, a Sandman card was discarded here, so we get stunned. Okay, since he decked out, we get a permanent acceleration token. And when an acceleration token is placed here, do 3 indirect damage to the first player. Nick will take 2 of it. And then Spider-Man will take 1, so we're gonna drop from 10 down to 9. And then let's shuffle up the encounter deck discard pile back to the encounter deck because Sandman decks out here. Okay, so Sandman is still attacking us for 3. We will use a backflip here. When you would take any amount of damage from an attack, prevent all the damage, so we can jump out of the way. And we get 1 face down encounter card, which is Sand Form. Okay, that is not good. Okay, and it's back to our turn. Let's use Avenger's Mansion so we can draw a card. And let's see, we want to get the threat down. We want to use the City Streets ability. But we need to get rid of stun. So let's have Spider-Man swing and attack to remove the stun status card here. And then we can recur SPDR. Let's use this as 2 resources. So we can play Ironheart. When Ironheart enters play from your hand, we can draw 1 card. So let's draw a card. And then let's have SPDR. Actually, let's exhaust both beat cops first to get 2 threat off of the main scheme and add them to each beat cop. SPDR will now thwart for 2 to clear off the main scheme. She would take 2 consequential damage, which is excess. When that happens with her effect, she can come back to her hand. And then let's just put her back down by using this as 2 resources to play SPDR back down again. And then let's use this hero action. Exhaust a character you control, exhausting Moon Girl, to remove 2 sand counters off of here, because she has 2 attack. Okay, next SPDR will swing and hit Sandman for 1. Sand Form will activate, so he won't take any damage, and then we resolve Surging Sand instead, so placing a sand counter. And then we will mill 6 cards. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. And then let's have Ironheart swing for 1 to bring Sandman from 15 down to 14. And both SPDR and Ironheart will take consequential damage. That will end our turn. Let's ready back up. Okay, and let's draw back up to our hand size here of a 5. Okay, so we got the Web of Life and Destiny, which will help out. So it is Sandman's turn. 2 threats to the main scheme because of the permanent acceleration. He's going to attack us. Spiral Stance activates, so we can draw a card. Let's take it. So this will be his boost card. 2, so it's going to do 5 damage. Let's put all 5 on Spider-Man, and we'll use a backflip here. When you would take any amount of damage from an attack, prevent all the damage, so we can jump out of the way. And we get 1 face down encounter card, which is Sand Slide. Okay, so it's going to activate that thing again. We don't have enhanced Spiral Sense, so we got to take it. So place 2 sand counters on city streets and then resolve it. So it's basically going to be putting 3 on because we're resolving it, which adds 1 more. So there's 9 now, and then we discard 9 cards from here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And if there's Sandman cards, we get stunned. So there are Sandman cards here, so we will be stunned again, unfortunately. And I think we're just gonna leave the stun on this time because I need to remove counters off of here rather than, actually, no, we want to get rid of stun because now that card's gone. Okay, let's use Avenger's Mansion so we can draw a card. We gotta start gunning this guy down here. Let's have, let's have Spider-Man swing to remove the stun. SPDR will thwart for 2 to clear off the main scheme. She comes back to our hand with her effect, and I forgot to play the Web of Life and Destiny. That's okay. So we can play this now for free. Ignore this card's resource cost if your opponent has a web word trait. We do have that with the War of the Great Web here. Let's use this hero action, exhaust a character you control. Actually, wait, let's not do that yet. We want to get, I think, Lady Spider just down here. Let's use this as 2 resources to play SPDR. No, we are going to do. So hero action, exhaust a character you control, remove 2 sand counters from here because Moon Girl has 2 attack. Okay, next we can start to do some damage. Let's use this as 3 resources to play a swinging web kick and hit Sandman for 8. That'll bring him from 14 down to 6. And then SPDR will swing for 1 to bring from 6 down to 5. She'll take a consequential damage. And then I think we want to just flip over here because the attacks are way worse than if he schemes for 1. So let's flip over to Peter Parker. And I think, do you want Ironheart to do anything? No, let's keep her here. So that'll end our turn. Let's ready everyone back up and then draw back up to our hand size of 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we do deck out, so we get a face down encounter card. And we want to try to end him soon. We have 3 swing web kicks left in the deck here. Okay, so it is Sandman's turn. He's going to add 2 to the main scheme. He's going to scheme with a base of 1 plus 1, so just 2. So this will go from 2 up to 4, and then we get a face down encounter card for a total of 2 encounter cards. First one, Assault. This gains Surge and Alter Ego, so another encounter card. Tidal Sands. When review, place X additional threat here, where that's equal to the amount of sand encounter. So it's going to have plus 9, so it's going to have 11 threat on here. Plus a hazard icon. Actually, let's see, 9 plus 2, yeah, 11, okay. And then we get a sand clone here where his attack is equal to the amount of sand encounter. So he has 7 attack, which is not good. Okay, it's back to our turn. Let's use Avengers Mansion so we can draw a card. And let's see, do we want to, I think we have to get rid of the sand clone first, or else that would be looking really bad for us. And I think could we take an attack? Yeah, I think we can. Okay, so let's have SPDR thwart for 2 from here. So we bring this down to 3. She'll come back to our hand with her effect. Because she takes excess consequential damage, we can draw a card with the effect of the Web of Life and Destiny. We got 1 of our swing web kicks here. Okay, let's have, we could just beat Cop out that same clone. So let's exhaust Beat Cop for a second effect. Exhaust and discard Beat Cop to do damage to minion equal to amount of threat. So we have 3 threat on here. Let's do 3 damage to this same clone. And that will defeat him. Okay. And then, let's see, we have plus 3 attack. We definitely need to gun him down. Let's use Peter Parker's Scientist to generate a mental resource. This would be a second resource here. So we can play SPDR back down again. And then let's flip over to Spider-Man. We have plus 1 attack with the War of the Great Web because SPDR let play earlier. So let's hit Sandman for 3. That'll bring him from 5 down to 2. And then I think Moon Girl here will swing for 2. That'll bring him down to 0 and flip him over to his final stage, Sandman 3. When reviewed, place 1 sand counter on city streets and resolve the Surging Sands ability. So place 1 more counter and then mill 9 cards here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so he's about to deck out again. And then Moon Girl will take consequential damage. She gets discarded. And then Sandman will have 19 hit points here. Okay. All right, and let's see. We want to actually play Webbed Up here. And I just realized I'm short on resources to do that. So if we play the Quinn Carrier, then we can't play the weapon. So we want to play a web shooter here. So let's use this as a resource to play a web shooter. So have 3 web counters. And then let's use this as 4 resources so we can play a Webbed Up and attach it to Sandman. Next time he attacks, we will discard the Webbed Up instead and he will be stunned. So then he won't be able to attack us and activate the Surging Sands here. And then, let's see, so SPDR will swing for 1 to bring Sandman from 19 down to 18. She'll take a consequential damage. exhaust B Cop here to move 1 thread from the scheme over. Let's get 1 off of the main scheme. So B Cop now has 5 thread on here. That ends our turn. Let's ready back up and draw back up to our hand size of 5. We got another webbed up. Okay, and we got both swing web kicks. Okay, so we may have the kill shot here. Okay, so it is Sandman's turn. He's gonna add 2 to the main scheme because of the permanent acceleration, so it goes up to 5. He is going to attack us. The webbed up happens instead, so we discard this card, and he is now stunned. And then we get 2 encounter cards because of the hazard icon here. So we're dealt our encounter cards here, and the first one here is volunteer work. You cannot thwart this scheme. There's an alter ego action. Suspend 2 resources of any type to remove threat from the scheme equal to your alter ego's recovery. Okay, so this will have 3 threat. That is okay. Last encounter card, Common and Criminal. This guy has Surge, so his alter ego action as well, but he just surges for right now. Last encounter card, hopefully. In hero form, Sandman attacks you with +1 attack. That is okay. So Sandman's going to attack, but he is stunned, so we just remove the stun instead. And then let's move everything over a little bit. Okay, and no one has guard, I believe. Yeah, so it's our turn. Okay, we can use Avengers Mansion, so we can draw a card here. And then I think we definitely have enough. So let's see. SPDR is going to, let's just attack Sandman for 1. That'll bring him from 18 down to 17. She would take consequence damage and get discarded. We can draw a card with the effect of Web of Life and Destiny because the Web were ally left play. Let's use this as 3 resources. So we can play a swinging web kick and then hit Sandman for 8. That will bring him from 17 down to 9 here. And then let's use the web shooters to generate 1 resource. This would be 2 more for a total of 3. So we can play a second swing web kick and hit Sandman for another 8. That'll bring him from 9 down to 1. And then Spider-Man will swing, and that will finish Sandman off. And that is Sandman on expert mode.